Hey guys, Happy New Year and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Scott Stevenson. I'm a cinematographer here in Los Angeles, and on this channel I document my journey as a filmmaker. And today we're going to be doing a behind the scenes of a client project that I did for basically like a real estate shoot where we're doing a property management company. We're doing some walkthroughs of a property and kind of showcasing what they're doing there, and yeah, doing some piece to camera sort of stuff. We had a host, mostly scripted, and we had some b-roll. So yeah, follow along and we'll jump right in. So before the shoot started, I know that I needed to have a script and to be able to kind of follow along and see what was going on. The main point is to showcase this real estate property and, you know, get people to want to move in and just have it look really inviting and have it look like a place that they really want to check out. Once I got the script, I realized that this is going to be quite a big project. So I had decided to call up my friend Rob and have him come out as just like a grip or gaffer, just to give me an extra set of hands. You know, filmmaking is a team sport, it's collaborative, so it's a good idea to always have somebody that can help you out and just bring onto the project. Just makes your life smoother, especially when you're director, DP, producer, camera operator, you know, everything. So just having an extra set of hands and eyes is always helpful. He's always down to help, and I'm always down to help on his project. So, you know, no money changed hands in this situation. So it was kind of good to just be able to say, hey man, I really need you on this one. And, you know, if you ever need me in the future, I'll help you out. So if you have people in your network who can do that, it's really cool to be able to sort of barter your time and talents with other people. It'll really help you out. So in this situation, I kind of did that. He came and helped me out. And we didn't have a whole lot going on, but we did have a little bit of lighting for some of these stand-up interviews. We did a series of stand-up interviews, not really interviews, but just kind of piece to camera with a host. And we had him mic'd up with a lavalier microphone, and he was walking towards camera. And we had him kind of talking about the property and showcasing the whole thing and just talking about the space. All the audio was recorded with the DJI Mic 2, and that was going directly into camera. And then I was using the 6K Pro for most of it. I had the guidelines up so that you can see where the vertical would be, because I was shooting both horizontal and vertical. Sometimes if I'm only shooting social media content, I'll turn the camera sideways. But in this situation, I didn't want to turn the camera sideways and rig it up like that, just because it's kind of a pain to put it on a tripod and everything like that. So I really like to just keep it, the form factor of it, you know, in a horizontal orientation when it's rigged up. But I just keep those crop marks on just because I know that I'm going to end up doing a vertical social media cut as well. So I knew there would be a lot of movement in this one, and moving from room to room and showcasing the property and all the different spaces. So I needed to have some sort of a gimbal or a Steadicam or something like that. And I really didn't have the budget for it. And I've used the DJI Osmo before with the little gimbal, and I knew that it was perfect for this type of a shoot. And because it was going to be seen on a phone or on a website, I knew that the quality didn't need to be there all the way that great. I know that 4K is fine and the resolution is good, and if the stability is there, it'll cut in just fine with my 6K Pro footage. So those shots actually ended up being really cool because they're very dynamic and the movement was great. And the DJI mics, they sync right to the DJI Osmo, so it was really nice to work with that. And when I'm cutting between the DJI Osmo, Pocket Osmo, whatever it's called, and Blackmagic 6K Pro, you actually can't really tell the difference. There's a little bit better depth of field and dynamic range in the 6K Pro, but for just the quick cuts that I'm showing of the property and the different apartment layouts, you know, most people who are watching this are not going to tell. And the client, they think it looks great. So, and they even saw me filming with the Osmo, and they saw me with the bigger camera. They know that it's all going to cut together really well in the end, and I think it was a good choice. So I had some additional b-roll that I had to go and shoot on another day, and what I ended up doing is I used this other DJI product. It's a DJI Osmo Mobile, and it's really cool. You just get this little module that kind of goes on here, and what's cool is it has like a AI tracker as well as like a light, and it just kind of magnets right on there like that. Oop. And then kind of comes to life. So there we go. And I use this for just some additional vertical video. You can just put your phone right in there, and then you can like either track somebody else or you can track yourself. This is pretty cool for doing that kind of thing. And then you can extend it to do like selfie mode or something like that. But this Osmo Mobile with the iPhone 15 Pro as well as the DJI Pocket Osmo. Those cut really well together. The reason I went and used something like this was because you're able to get better camera angles. You can use that 0.5 camera and also the telephoto camera and just get like better angles. And you can just use all three of those cameras on the back of the phone and just get a better variety of shots, I feel like. One thing that's cool about this little tracking module is that not only does it have a light that you can kind of get some cool little shots with, but it also has a really good AI tracking integrated in it. So you can do things like hold up your hand and it will track you back and forth, or you can do like hand gestures where you can do like peace sign to the camera and it'll start recording. Or you can also do, you can reposition and reframe your shot. Those have been super cool, and I've been using that for some of my social content. I didn't use it in anything where I needed to be behind the camera, but anytime I'm in front of the camera, it's extremely helpful, and it's almost like having another camera operator to kind of follow you around. So this has been a great addition, and what I like about it is it has these little feet that you can just kind of deploy just like that, and just set it out on a table. One way I've been using this is sort of like a Zoom setup, where I can kind of put my phone there and I can link it to my computer, and if I'm walking around it will follow me around if I'm doing like a conference call or a Zoom or something like that. So it's been pretty cool. Anyway, back to the shoot. So that's how I was able to get some of the additional B-roll and some of those movement shots. Everything else on the 6K Pro was pretty static, locked off on a tripod, and pretty much all the audio was lavs. And then there was a little bit of additional voiceover that we did. And then as far as music, I used Epidemic Sound. Just restarted a subscription with Epidemic Sound. I've had a few different sound licensing websites or subscriptions over the years, Motion Array, Artlist. I've kind of tried them all. Audio. Right now, Music Bed. I feel like right now I'm using Epidemic Sound. It's kind of the one I started out with, and I've kind of come back to it. I like that they have a mobile app, so I've been using the mobile app, which is really super helpful. Yeah, I've been using that for quite a bit of projects. Also using it as far as like Instagram Reels, which is really nice to be able to just launch their mobile app, and then you can go and find all your songs, and then you can even go to like all your saved songs and your different categories. So it's great when I have like wireless headphones on and I'm just going throughout my day, and I can just stack different tracks into the playlists. And then when I get back to my computer where I'm editing in the edit bay, I can pull up those tracks, and I've already listened to them and understand where they are and how they're going to fit into the projects that I'm working on. So I can have my client work or YouTube or whatever. And yeah, Epidemic Sound, I like their mobile app. Check them out. It's not sponsored, just I've kind of tried them all, and this one I'm really enjoying so far. So that's kind of helping as far as the content creator stuff. So yeah, gimbal, Epidemic Sound, client work. That's kind of what I've been up to in December. I know a lot of people do like a end of the year, like how their finances have been or how their business is doing. Business has been dead in December, so it's not really a whole lot for me to talk about. But yeah, looking forward to 2026 and just creating more content, and yeah, doing more like real estate kind of stuff, more documentary, short form documentaries, like the kind of stuff I've been posting on my Instagram is pretty cool. Yeah, we'll see where that leads me. Anyways, I'm Scott Stevenson. Thanks again for watching. Feel free to check out some of my past videos as well as subscribe to see my future ones. All right, peace guys.